his feet are squared away, it goes to the right corner. Really important to correct. Probably more important than most any other throw. Surite, you want your elbow to strike your opponent somewhere between the middle of his chest and his armpit. You want to bring your right hand to your ear. Your hikite, elbows up.
Larry,
Right. Pardon me.
will you explain those terms that you're using?
Oh,
I have
I'm
to know
sorry.
what you're saying.
Right, because your surite is your lifting hand.
Everybody hear that? Lifting hand.
The surite is your lifting hand. Your hikite is your withdrawing hand. So this hand is pulling up, the little finger's going up. You're leading in the direction of the throw. Right? The footwork without the hand, with him standing steady, is 1 at the top of the triangle, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You want to keep your body erect as possible. Even though you're pulling, your body should not be too far forward, too far away from them. Your weight distribution, why do they call it body drop? Really? That comes at this point here. When you're right here at, right? This is Kazushi. Right? That's right here at Tsukuri, when you drop in, I'm transferring my weight, 60% of my weight, onto this foot. And that's when I'm really throwing my weight into my hand. So, it's almost like, almost like I'm hanging on him. I'm not hanging on him. But my weight goes into my hands. Just like what we did when we jumped up there and grabbed that. Here, right, my weight is moving. And as my body moves this way, my weight goes in my hands. Okay? Taitoshi. To me, Taitoshi actually, it's a difficult throw to learn. But it embodies really all the elements of judo. Posture, spacing, timing, direction, momentum. All of the, all of these things come together. And Taitoshi is a throw where I've seen most small guys, slight guys, throw guys with big weight differential. Very powerful throw, very fast. And we're still going to start working with the guy moving. When you attack him at the right time, it's very hard to defend against and very hard to counter. Right? There's a lot of throws. When you commit yourself to the throw, Uchimata for instance, you yourself are somewhat vulnerable. You create some exposure for yourself. There's some risk, moderate risk at least, to executing that throw, where you're exposing yourself to a counterattack. With Taitoshi, there's very little exposure. So certainly.
Okay, if you noticed when he came into the Taitoshi and through GG, his balance before he entered the throw was broken. It was up and he was tipping. As opposed to what you did. You came in, his balance was not broken. His balance was set, and you tried to dislodge him over into the throw at that point. Larry, could you throw him one more time so they can see? Watch how he breaks his balance first, then into the throw. Okay? That's the difference.
It is hard to do this throw half speed, right? It's hard to do this throw and really kind of only at 30%. The throw works, based upon a lot of things coming together.
See, there's no go, and I go only like this. You have the speed, there is your hand, there is the thing. Awesome. Your hand is
Are there any questions?
Yes, that's it. How do you get the weight in your hands Is it start off on your Sarite and then that gets the Kadushi and then you throw your weight to the Kite hand? Or how do you actually get that weight into your hands to snap?
It is. A lot of that is your ma'ai, right? You can't be too close. You can't be too far away. And let me just say, there's a lot of different. Taitoshi has a lot. People do it stylistically very differently. A tall guy versus a short guy. Right now we're kind of talking about classical Taitoshi. Jean Gros, many of you might know, French guy, tall guy, maybe 6'2", lean. The Taitoshi really a lot differently than maybe Peter Babiak would. It lends itself to a lot of different variations. But here are a couple of key things I would say. You got to get your opponent moving in the right direction. One of the things which kind of thwarts Taitoshi is when you throw too much to the front, like you would with a Seoinage, right? Seoinage, basically, I'm throwing him to the front, right? With Taitoshi, if I start throwing him to the front, he kind of falls on me, and that's not really what I want. What I want is I want him coming across this angle. He's coming right across this arc. So he's basically coming off on a tangent. The other thing,
By the way, ma'ai means the distance between yourself and your opponent.
right, the
So the
gap.
proximity.
Yep. The other thing I would say really key is your Hikite hand has to create space. Right? With Taitoshi, it's hard to do Taitoshi when your opponent is fighting like this. I can't get under there. I mean, I might be able to do some kind of drop Taitoshi or something. But classically, this, when my opponent's body is like this, I gotta do Tomi Onagi. Or maybe outside Uchimata or something. It's hard to do Taitoshi like this. So this hand, my Hikite, my withdrawing hand, is to pull and really create this picture for myself to step into. Right? I have to create that opening. Once I have this, really what I want to do is I want to keep my hands in front of me. It's bad.
This is very important. The elbow is not go back. Meaning here, okay? There is a lot of mistake you guys do. You keep the elbow back like this. And you say, why does not work?
Like this.
Yeah, like this. You see the hand? What do you do?
What I want is I want to keep him tight, but I want to really keep this hand in front of my ear. When this hand starts moving here, it takes a lot of strength for your lifting hand to operate correctly. So I want to keep this hand inside my power curve, and today we're going to work on that. Let me just do just with this action with this hand, because this hand actually tends to keep you out of Taitoshi, right? Your spacing gets broken. So I want to get it so that my hands are really in front of me. And this is, when I'm in this position, that's when I can throw my weight in my hands. Right? It's hard to do it when I'm like this, right? My hands are above me. Right? As soon as I get to this position, now I can drop my weight into my hands.
One other thing too, if you notice when he came into Taitoshi, every single time, this knee was underneath his knee, okay? And then he can use that to push back and pop it out. As opposed to what you were doing, your leg was straight across this way and you were actually blocking your opponent from getting over your leg because you were up so high, okay? You gotta get underneath that knee.
And the kake, so the completion of the throw, part of that is when your leg goes like that.
See how low he went?
And basically, when you straighten that leg, it completes the action. if he's flat-footed, if that foot is flat, by the time I'm here, it's hard for me to do this Taitoshi. I mean,
Here.
yep. With proper Kazushi, his weight is going to be forward on his toes. He's already moving past me in that direction. Good questions? Any other questions? Right? Tewaza. It's a hand technique. This is how we're executing it. This leg does have a significant role in the completion of the throw, but really this is a tewaza, a hand technique. All right? So, since I think maybe if you work with the white belts,
Yeah.
I
New
think
people?
we're gonna throw.
Who else is new?